Mark Twain Selected Works, A Tramp Abroad. Extract from Chapter 10, How Wagner Operas Bang Along. 3 or 4 hours. That is a long time to sit in one place, whether one be conspicuous or not. Yet some of Wagner's operas bang along for 6 whole hours on a stretch. But the people sit there and enjoy it all and wish it would last longer. A German lady in Munich told me that a person could not like Wagner's music at first, but must go through the deliberate process of learning to like it. Then he would have his sure reward. For when he had learned to like it, he would hunger for it and never be able to get enough of it. She said that 6 hours of Wagner was by no means too much. She said that this composer had made a complete revolution in music and was burying the old masters one by one. And she said that Wagner's operas differed from all others in one notable respect, and that was that they were not merely spotted with music here and there, but were all music, from the first strain to the last. This surprised me. I said I had attended one of his insurrections and found hardly any music in it except a wedding chorus. She said Lohengrin was noisier than Wagner's other operas, but that if I would keep on going to see it, I would find by and by that it was all music and therefore would then enjoy it. I could have said, but would you advise a person to deliberately practice having a toothache in the pit of his stomach for a couple of years in order that he might then come to enjoy it? But I reserved that remark. This lady was full of the praises of the head tenor who had performed in a Wagner opera the night before, and went on to enlarge upon his old and prodigious fame and how many honors had been lavished upon him by the princely houses of Germany. Here was another surprise. I had attended that very opera in the person of my agent and had made close and accurate observations. So I said, "Why, madam, my experience warrants me in stating that tenor's voice is not a voice at all, but only a shriek, the shriek of a hyena." "This is very true," she said. "He cannot sing now. It is already many years that he has lost his voice, but in other times he sang, yes, divinely. So, whenever he comes now, you shall see, yes, that the theater will not hold the people. Jawohl, by Gott, his voice is wunderschön in that pastime." I said she was discovering to me a kindly trait in the Germans which was worth emulating. I said that over the water we were not quite so generous, that with us, when a singer had lost his voice and a jumper had lost his legs, these parties ceased to draw. I said I had been to the opera in Hanover once, and in Mannheim once, and in Munich through my authorized agent once, and this large experience had nearly persuaded me that the Germans preferred singers who couldn't sing. This was not such a very extravagant speech either, for that burly Mannheim tenor's praises had been the talk of all Heidelberg for a week before his performance took place, yet his voice was like the distressing noise which a nail makes when you screech it across a window pane. I said so to Heidelberg friends the next day, and they said in the calmest and simplest way that was very true, but that in earlier times his voice had been wonderfully fine. And the tenor in Hanover was just another example of this sort. The English-speaking German gentleman who went with me to the opera there was brimming with enthusiasm over that tenor. He said, "Ach Gott, a great man! You shall see him. He is so celebrated in all Germany, and he has a pension, yes, from the government. He not obliged to sing now only twice every year, but if he not sing twice each year, they take him his pension away." Very well, we went. When the renowned old tenor appeared, I got a nudge and an excited whisper, "Now you see him." But the celebrate was an astonishing disappointment to me. If he had been behind the screen, I should have supposed they were performing a surgical operation on him. I looked at my friend. To my great surprise, he seemed intoxicated with pleasure. His eyes were dancing with eager delight. When the curtain at last fell, he burst into the stormiest applause and kept it up, as did the whole house, until the afflictive tenor had come 3 times before the curtain to make his bow. While the glowing enthusiast was swabbing the perspiration from his face, I said, "I don't mean the least harm, but really now, do you think he can sing?" "Him? No, got in him a lot, but how he has been able to sing 25 years ago." Then, pensively, no, now, he not sing any more, he only cry. When he think he sing now, he not sing at all, no, he only make like a cat which is unwell.